Hello and welcome, my dear friend. Have you ever felt held back by your own family? It's a tough question, but for many people, the answer is yes. Family is supposed to be a source of love, support, and growth. But what happens when that family becomes the very thing that keeps you from reaching your potential? In this video, we're diving into the concept of karmic family ties and how they can sometimes do more harm than good. We'll explore the emotional challenges of toxic family dynamics and discuss when it's time to prioritize your well-being over maintaining certain relationships. Stick around to discover how breaking free can lead to personal breakthroughs and emotional freedom. When we think of family, we often imagine a unit that offers unconditional love and support. But the truth is, not all families are created equal. Some of us are born into what can be described as karmic families, where the relationship seems more about working through unresolved issues from past lives or serving as catalysts for personal growth, often in painful ways. These karmic relationships aren't limited to friendships or romantic partners. They often extend into the family we're born into, creating deeply rooted dynamics that can either help us grow or keep us stuck. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is a karmic family? A karmic family is one where there seems to be an almost predestined set of challenges that arise. These challenges can take the form of toxic dynamics, emotional manipulation, or even outright hostility. In some cases, family members may have been put in your life to teach you certain lessons, but that doesn't always mean the relationship is meant to last forever. Sometimes, these relationships are so emotionally and mentally draining that they hinder your ability to grow. It's important to remember that while we can't choose the family we're born into, we can choose how we allow them to impact our lives as adults. The concept of cutting ties with family can seem radical or even heartless, but in some cases, it's the only way to protect your own emotional and mental health. Let's start by addressing the emotional and psychological challenges that come with toxic family dynamics. It's common to feel a deep sense of obligation to your family, even if they've caused you pain. We've all heard phrases like, "blood is thicker than water," or "family is everything." These beliefs are so ingrained in our culture that breaking away from family members can feel like you're betraying some fundamental part of yourself. It's hard. It's painful, and it can be one of the most difficult decisions you'll ever have to make. Toxic family relationships can come in many forms. Sometimes it's emotional manipulation. Maybe you have a parent who uses guilt to control you, or siblings who constantly belittle your achievements. Other times, it's a matter of psychological abuse, whether it's narcissistic behavior, gaslighting, or being made to feel like you're never enough. And it doesn't always have to be extreme or overt. It could be subtle, like family members who always seem to undermine your confidence or downplay your success, leaving you doubting your abilities. There's a deep emotional toll that comes with maintaining these toxic relationships. It's like carrying a weight on your shoulders every time you interact with them. You might notice that you feel drained after spending time with them, or that you start to question your worth and decisions because of their influence. Over time, this can lead to anxiety, depression, and a loss of self-esteem. Maintaining these relationships can also hinder your personal growth. Picture this. You've been working hard on yourself, trying to grow spiritually, mentally, or even professionally. But every time you share your achievements or dreams with your family, they meet you with negativity, doubt, or indifference. It's like trying to grow a garden, but every time you plant a seed, someone comes along and tramples on it. Eventually, you start to wonder if it's even worth trying anymore. When you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it becomes incredibly hard to keep your energy and focus in the right place. You may find yourself second-guessing your decisions, even when deep down you know you're on the right path. This self-doubt is often fueled by family members who, either intentionally or unintentionally, hold you back. Whether it's jealousy, insecurity, or just a lack of understanding, their negative energy can block you from achieving your full potential. So, how do you know when it's time to cut ties? It's not an easy decision, and it's not one that should be made lightly. But there are some signs that indicate it may be necessary for your well-being. First, ask yourself if these relationships consistently bring more harm than good. Do you feel more drained than uplifted after spending time with them? Are you constantly walking on eggshells, afraid of saying or doing something that will set them off? Another sign is whether or not you feel like you can be your true self around them. If you find that you're constantly censoring yourself, hiding your accomplishments, or downplaying your dreams because you fear their reaction, that's a red flag. Your family should be a source of support and encouragement, not a place where you have to shrink to make others feel comfortable. It's also important to consider how these relationships affect your mental and emotional health. Do you find yourself feeling anxious or depressed after interacting with certain family members? Do they make you question your worth or your decisions? If the answer is yes, it may be time to reevaluate the role they play in your life. Now, I'm not saying that cutting ties with family is the only option. In some cases, it may be possible to set boundaries and manage the relationship in a way that protects your well-being. But in others, the toxicity runs so deep that the only way to truly heal is to walk away. I remember hearing the story of someone who had been struggling with their relationship with their family for years. Their mother was emotionally manipulative, always using guilt to control them, while their siblings constantly put them down, belittling their achievements and making them feel small. For years, they stayed in the relationship out of a sense of obligation. They felt like they couldn't walk away because, after all, it was their family. But one day, they realized that they were losing themselves in the process. Their self-esteem was shattered, and they had stopped pursuing their dreams because they didn't believe they were capable of achieving anything. It wasn't until they made the difficult decision to distance themselves from their family that they began to heal. It wasn't easy, and there were moments of doubt, but over time, they found that their confidence grew, their mental health improved, and they were finally able to pursue their dreams without the weight of their family's negativity holding them back. This is a powerful example of the transformation that can occur when you make the decision to prioritize your well-being. Cutting ties with toxic family members isn't about punishing them or holding grudges. It's about protecting yourself and giving yourself the space to grow into the person you're meant to be. It's also important to understand that letting go doesn't mean you don't love your family. You can love them from a distance. You can wish them well and hope they find peace in their own lives, but that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your own happiness and well-being for their sake. Breaking away from a toxic family dynamic can open up a world of possibilities. It allows you to create space for healthier relationships, ones that are built on mutual respect, support, and understanding. It also gives you the freedom to focus on your own growth without constantly being pulled back by the negativity of others. You might find that once you remove the toxic influence, you're able to think more clearly, make better decisions, and pursue opportunities that were previously out of reach. Without the weight of negativity holding you down, you'll be free to soar to new heights in your personal and professional life. This isn't to say that the process will be easy. There will likely be moments of doubt and loneliness. You may feel guilty for walking away or wonder if you made the right decision. But in the long run, prioritizing your own well-being will lead to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. And if you're worried about what other people will think, remember that you're not alone in this. Many people have had to make the difficult decision to distance themselves from toxic family members. It's a choice that requires courage, but it's also one that can lead to profound healing and growth. As we wrap up, I want to remind you that your well-being should always come first. You deserve to live a life that's free from negativity and emotional manipulation. You deserve to surround yourself with people who lift you up and encourage you to be the best version of yourself. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to share your experiences in the comments. Have you had to distance yourself from toxic family members? What was your experience like, and how did it affect your personal growth? I'd love to hear your stories and insights. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And to continue your magnificent journey, watch one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.